It's your boy P.O. back with another one, man. And today, as y'all can see, we're watching something a little bit different today. I wanted to try some out. We trying out some Reddit stories. I want to see how that'll do for us. And yeah, man, because I like watching them on TikTok too. So I said, why not watch it on YouTube? But yeah, this is from Wild Character. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, get your snack, get ready to enjoy. Let's get straight into it.
This isn't my story, but the someone who works with me. We work for a retail drugstore chain. I'm going to call my colleague Jane. Our store is 24 hours. I work the morning shift, Jane works the overnight shift.
Okay.
We're both shift supervisors. In recent months, shoplifting has become a very bad problem. Monday through Friday between 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. overnight has a frequent customer come in. Let's call her Amanda. Amanda works as a security guard and is in her uniform. She comes into the store before going to work to buy some soda, snacks, and cigarettes. She's quite friendly and the staff knows her by name. This particular morning, Jane has her eye on a suspected shoplifter SL. There's a woman somewhere in her mid-20s with a large bag and she's stuffing it with hair products, makeup, and other items.
Bro, have y'all ever been at work, bro? Like if you work like a retail type job or like shoes or whatever, and somebody like steals and you see them, but like you just like a regular employee, so you just like you just quiet about it for real. Or is that just me, bro?
Amanda tries to say hi to Jane, but Jane signals that she has her eye on someone. Amanda mouths, "Leave it to me." Amanda follows the woman for a few feet, then the following conversation happens. Amanda, finding everything okay? SL, yes, everything is great. Amanda, peering into the woman's bag, are you shoplifting? SL, frightened voice, yes. Amanda, I advise you stop and return all the stuff in your bag before I call the police. Amanda starts to take out her cell phone. SL dumps everything in her bag in the middle of the aisle and quickly runs out the door.
Okay.
As SL is dumping
And SL stands for shoplifter. I was a little confused at first.
her stuff, Amanda tells her, "I'd better not see you in this store again or I will call the police and report this incident." Amanda informs Jane about the pile of merchandise and proceeds to do her shopping. At the cash register, Jane and the cashier are thanking Amanda profusely for her stopping the shoplifter. Amanda says she likes our store and doesn't want people like SL ruining it for her. All I will say is, Amanda, you rock. While shopping at Walmart. After work one day, I stopped in at my local Walmart
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that was weak.
to pick up a few things on my way home.
Hold up.
I'm walking down a main aisle about to head to the registers and I keep hearing, "Excuse me."
Nah, we not
Excuse
doing
me.
that.
Curious, I look up and this older woman is walking right towards me, pushing a buggy. We make eye contact and she says, "Do you..."
Y'all see, I was looking for Reddit confessions already. Hold up, I saw some. I haven't seen okay, this is an 11-hour video, but I haven't seen nobody else doing this, like amongst the people that I watch at least, or the side of YouTube I'm on. I never seen nobody do something like this. Like obviously they react to their Reddits and stuff, but like these is like stories, like it's like a TikTok type thing, you feel me? So I'm just trying, feel me, do my own little thing. Be different a little bit. But yeah, man, y'all give me some tips on how I could like just separate myself from every other regular reactor or reaction channel. But let's get into this new video. Forget that last video, that was trash. Sorry for wasting your time. Oh, I just messed up my camera. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Hold up. Hold on. I'm gonna start the video while I do this.
I cheated on my boyfriend, but my therapist has been telling me that I didn't. I know that by looking at the title it sounds horrible, but hear me out. I, 22 female, and my boyfriend, 23 male, have been together for 2 years. He's my everything, and I would have never thought that things would end like this. We were having some problems with communication, but nothing that didn't got resolved the same day. Recently, my little brother, 17 male, wanted to go to a music festival.
I guess y'all gonna see my full camera this video, man, since it's this thin video, but yeah. That's cool with me, man. Let's get into this video.
Since I have went to plenty of them, I offered to take him to the festival. We bought a tour to the city where the festival was going to be and off we went. The first day was amazing and honestly both my brother and I were super tired after it. While waiting for the
Okay.
tour bus to take us to the hotel, a guy approached us and introduced himself to us. He was 27 and very interested in me and my brother's music interests. We thought it was normal since he was a little tipsy, but overall a very nice guy since he gave my brother a lot of good festival tricks and tips. We ended up exchanging numbers and that was it. The next day he called me to tell me that he and his siblings were very close to the scenario where the artist that I liked was going to play and that we were welcome to come there. My brother and I decided it was a good idea since we could see the artist better and closer. But while walking there my brother twisted his ankle and couldn't continue. So he went to sit on a bench and told me to record the concert for him since we couldn't
Y'all
even
mess with
stand.
the fit
I
or
gave him
what?
money and told him to not move from where he was. He assured me he was going to be fine and I went to meet the guy and his siblings close to the scenario. Before the festival I had already decided to not drink alcohol since it was my responsibility to take care of my brother, so I was only drinking soda and water. The guy and his siblings were nice and I was having a good time waiting for the artist to come out. I ordered a soda to drink and at one point I remember it tasting it weird, but I thought it was because it was hot and I was very thirsty. Time went out and I was texting my brother constantly. At one point I remember I started to slur my words and my head was pounding very hard, but I thought it was heat exhaustion. I started to lose control over my body and the guy told me to recline on him. At one point I passed out. When I woke up I saw the guy on top of me kissing me and essaying me. I wanted to scream and to kick him to do something, but I couldn't move. When he finished he left me there unconscious and terrified until I slowly recovered control. The first thing I did was look for my brother, and when I found him he told me that if I was going to get drunk, at least tell him so he can take care of me. I decided to not tell him anything to avoid making him feel bad, but in my head the only thing I was thinking was that I cheated on my boyfriend. It has been a few days since it happened and I couldn't find the courage to tell anybody except for my therapist. She has been telling me that it wasn't cheating. I was R-worded, but I can't bring myself to be looking at my boyfriend.
Nah, this is crazy. I'm over here doing my fit check. She talking about getting R-worded, yo. Bro, that's crazy. Bro.
And knowing everything, and I know that if I told him what happened he would question everything and to some point he would believe I cheated, and it would break his heart. Some insight would be appreciated. I'm planning to elope because my parents are...
What y'all think, bro? That story was actually wild, bro. I think she should tell him. It wasn't her intention or plan to go do that. I don't know why yeah. The brother should have got the number is what I'll say. The brother should have got the number. And that guy is crazy, bro. What? That's nasty.
Trying to make me agree to letting my sister's boyfriend propose to my sister at my wedding. Maybe this is the wrong place, but I'm going to explode agree to letting my...
Would you guys let somebody else propose at your wedding? Nah. The attention is mine, buddy. Watch out.
Sister's boyfriend proposed to my sister at my wedding. Maybe this is the wrong place, but I'm going to explode with rage and disappointment at my family. My baby sister is the golden child, or maybe that's unfair to say. She survived cancer when she was a child. It was the darkest period of my parents' life. I don't remember much of it because my parents shielded me from the horrific truth. I knew she was sick and I remember all my childhood spent in hospitals, but never did I know that my sister almost passed away until many, many years later. I was 12 and she was 10. After she beat her sickness, she became the obvious favorite in the house. She got everything she wanted and sometimes it was at my expense. I resented that, but I always heard that I was a naughty girl for being jealous of my hero sister. My sister grew up to be a brat. Now 20 years later she's still bratty, although we get along a lot better than when we were teenagers and young adults. My wedding is in July. Neither my fiancé nor I have the money for a big wedding. We settled for a small wedding, 30 people, at my fiancé's grandparents who
That's
have a
my type
beautiful
of
house
wedding.
with lake view. My parents, when they heard this, said no way and offered to pay for a bigger wedding and better venue. We didn't agree at first, but later we did not want to disappoint them. It seemed like it was important to them. Last week my mom invited me over. My dad, mom, and my sister's boyfriend asked me what I would think if my sister's boyfriend proposed to my sisters during the wedding, so it becomes an engagement party as well as a wedding. Mom has seen reels on Instagram about people proposing to maid of honors or bridesmaids and thought it cute. My sister is my maid of honor. I said no, that's ridiculous, and laughed. My mom was livid. She told me I was selfish and ungrateful, and I accused her of favoritism. I told her I always thought it was odd that you pay for my wedding, but now I know the reason why. She started crying and kicked me out of the house. Later both she and my future brother-in-law sent me texts warning me from exposing their plan to my sister. My fiancé was disappointed but not sure what we could do. My parents have spent almost $30,000 and it's too late to cancel. My mother called me today to plan the proposal, and I begged her not to ruin my day. She told me since she was paying she can make requests, and that I should let go of my jealousy and resentment towards my sister because she's innocent in all of this. But the thing is, this day will be about my sister. I told my fiancé to ask his grandparents if they're still willing to host my wedding. If they're, I'll revert to our original plan. If not, I will just elope. Not sure yet if I'm going to tell my family and cancel the wedding or just let them have their grand proposal
Cancel
party.
that.
None of my family is invited to my wedding, including my sister. Thank you for listening. Small update. I can't tell her since she has no idea her boyfriend is going to propose and this would ruin the whole thing. At the same time, it would be ruined anyway when I elope and she wonders why. But as of this morning, my mom still says they're going ahead with the proposal even without my help. The original plan is that I should be the one making the speech and telling my sister there's a surprise for her and today is about us two blah blah blah, and then her girlfriends and boyfriend do some rehearsed dance to their favorite song and then he proposes. If I know her well, she wouldn't mind being proposed to on my wedding day, so it's a lose-lose situation for me. Sometimes I think maybe I should agree and get it over with, but I'm so angry and my fiancé actually doesn't want me to cave this time.
Nah, this your day, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's messed up, bro. It's your day. You're the main focus. You and your husband or whatever, bro.
Since we both were happy with the backyard wedding, we even asked mom to donate what she had planned on spending on the wedding to the Childhood Cancer Fund. In our names, like what we've requested is a wedding gift from our guests, but she insisted on a party for the extended family.
Wow.
I had it back and forth texting with my future brother-in-law,
This mom is
where he called me
weird.
jealous and bitter. I have now blocked him. He texted my fiancé apologizing, but we didn't answer. My plan now is to get married a week earlier at my grandparents-in-law with 20 guests, because we have managed to change our honeymoon trip booking to be 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks with departure day the morning after the wedding. My mom's wedding is already paid in full with no refund possibilities with such short notice, 3 weeks. That was the whole point, I think, to spring this information on me so close to the wedding date so I can't really do anything about it. Now they will have a 1 week heads up anyway when they see my wedding pictures on social media. They will probably just turn the wedding into an engagement party and have a blast. So it's a win-win, I hope. Update. I'm planning to elope because my parents are trying to make me agree to letting my sister's boyfriend propose to my sister at my wedding. I'm now happily married and in Como, Italy for my honeymoon. I tried to stay away from my phone, but I was so curious to see my family's reaction to my elopement a week earlier than planned. It was really ugly. I must start with saying that I really tried my best to negotiate and
You
compromise.
gotta love making like people that were acting so weirdly towards you mad like this when you just living your best life.
With my family and truly explain that this was hurting me. I have nothing against my sister and TBH nothing against her getting engaged on my wedding, but the principle that it was made very clear to me that I had absolutely no opinion or say in what was going to happen on what's supposed to be my special day was where I drew the line. It wasn't a wish or a request. It was a matter of fact and it was decided. So I told my mom that I'm not going to attend the
We're
party.
not finna watch everything, by the way. We just go until I feel like we've been recording for a little minute.
She's paid for. Maybe they should just make it an engagement party instead. She got very upset and told me that the engagement was supposed to be a surprise. I told her that I was just giving her the heads up since she's about to lose an insane amount of money. She didn't take me seriously, like I wasn't going to cancel my wedding because of a trivial thing. What she didn't know is that I've already made plans to get married a week earlier at my grandparents-in-law. We invited our closest friends and some even had to
Good
book
for
earlier
her,
flights
man.
and take more vacation days. For these people I was extra grateful. What was left was my sister. I'd been back and forth arguing and negotiating with my parents and future brother-in-law. I decided that even if this would ruin her surprise, I had to tell her, so I did. She wasn't really happy with my mom, but she was more upset that I ruined her surprise, and she, as I expected, thought I could have just sucked it up and gone with the flow. I didn't tell her about my new wedding date.
Nah, I would say she shouldn't have ruined the surprise. Like let your sister look dumb after like being mad at you for basically no reason when she finds out. But what was the last part?
I had to tell her, so I did. She wasn't really happy with my mom, but she was more upset that I ruined her surprise, and she, as I expected, thought I could.
Yeah, nah, she shouldn't have just wanted you to go with the flow. It's a weird family, bro.
Have just sucked it up and gone with the flow.
Would have
I didn't
me
tell her about my
heated.
new wedding date. The wedding was dreamlike. In the back of my head, I was hurt the people who loved me the most weren't there, but I pushed that thought away and refused to let it ruin our day. My husband was amazing. He promised to make me happy
Not
for the
for
rest
real,
of my
for
life
real.
and to make up for every heartbreak I've experienced in my past. My in-laws surprised us with upgrading our honeymoon to a 5-star hotel. I had my friends and some cousins and my favorite aunt attending. We asked them not to live stream or upload any pictures to SM until we're already on our honeymoon. We also asked them not to engage in any altercations online with my family. Today my mom made long Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram posts bashing me and my husband, calling me ungrateful and disrespectful with pictures of my wedding, telling people I've cost her a big chunk of her savings and she's now demanding compensation. Her Facebook post was shared about 200 times and the majority of my extended family is angry with me. She never once tried to contact me. I really thought she would bombard my phone. Instead, both her and my dad announced that they're cutting me off and are expecting compensation. Future brother-in-law commented that I ruined his surprise, and my sister made a post about being tired of jealous bitches and haters. None of the people we invited has
Wow.
commented, even though some of them were directly attacked, so they respected our wishes. I don't know if they're going to go ahead and turn the wedding into an engagement party now. I really hope they do so the money isn't wasted. It's on Saturday. I hope this
Why
was
does
what
she
you
care
wanted.
so much?
Last update, yes they did, and they blew the internet with pictures and posts about how magical the night was. Little sister made sure to write about haters not ruining her special day and how she's surrounded by the people that mattered. From what I gathered, about 30 to 40% of the guests that were invited showed up. This means they can't sue me for the wedding, so all is good.
My wife recently figured out my friend's wife was having an affair.
Whoa. Hold on, before we get into this one, that last story, her family weird, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that story, bro. That was just making me mad for her. But this one gonna be interesting. Let's get into this one and see what you should not do in this situation, guys. Hold up, I need my bonnet.
This means they can't sue me for the wedding, so all is good.
My wife recently figured out my friend's wife was having an affair with me. 5 years ago, right after my divorce, I met this
So his wife figured out that he was having an affair with his friend's wife.
woman at a concert.
no.
She was a bit younger than me, but we hit it off and she wound up going to a bar with me and my friends after that show ended. It was a fun night and we exchanged numbers. At that time, I wasn't really using any social media except Facebook, and that was just to keep up with my kids' school and activities. So, we never friended, just texted each other. At first the texts were casual, a little flirty every once in a while, but nothing to suggest there was any interest in anything intimate. Turns out she only lived 20 minutes from me, but we never met up or saw each other. After a couple weeks of texting, we figured out we were both going to be at the same concert again, but this time in another city. It was a guy weekend for me and a girl weekend for her. So, her and her friends met me and my friends before the concert. We did a little bar hopping together. Her and her friends were younger than me and my friends, and I was the only single one amongst my friends. My friends and I, noticed none of these girls were wearing wedding rings, so we assumed they were all not married. They were all younger than us and there didn't seem to be much interest outside of being friends. That was fine. At the time I wasn't interested in a relationship anyway. After going to a couple bars, we went to the concert. Her and her friends had floor tickets and me and my friends had seats. I thought that was the end of it for that night. After the concert, me and my friends went to a bar and then to our hotels. Right after I got to my room, this woman texted me and asked if I wanted to come have some more drinks with her. She was at a place close to my hotel, so sure, I agreed. I went back out expecting to see her and her friends, but it was just her. I don't even think I finished my drink by the time we were heading back to my hotel. It was awesome. When we got back home, she started coming over to my house during the day. I have a flexible job and most days work from my house. She travels around the area for her job, so she had time to come over during the day. She'd come over after my kids went to school and left before they got home. Some days she was at my house almost the whole time
I'm
my kids
confused. Hold.
were at school. Even if it wasn't my time with the kids, she was there during the same time. Never at night and never during the weekends. It was just a friends with benefits type relationship. That was perfect for me. I was involved with my kids, even coaching 2 of their teams, so it never interfered with my time with them or my friends. Also, I wasn't looking for a relationship and definitely didn't want a relationship with someone that young that may want kids. I'm done having kids. I was upfront with her about how I felt, and she was fine with it. She said she wasn't looking for a relationship either. This went on for almost a year. Eventually I met someone, my now wife, and broke it off with her. She was fine
Okay.
with that too. We never texted each other again. A year after I
So
met my
this
wife.
guy already had kids before he met this girl, this first girl, and then he got married while he was messing with the first girl. Okay.
We got married. 2 years ago, I met this woman again at a neighborhood gathering. Me and my wife were introduced to her and her husband by a friend of mine. They had recently bought the house right next to his. When we first saw each other, it wasn't awkward or anything. We just smiled and said hi. I told my wife about our past when we got home that night. My wife is very
So later on, like years later, his friend. Okay, now the first girl he was with is married to his friend now, and they just bought a house and met each other, and he's telling his new wife, he's telling his wife the story of how they were with each other when they knew each other.
understanding. We both accept that we both have had past relationships. No big deal. Her husband turns out to be a pretty cool guy. He starts hanging out with my group of guys' friends and we become friends too.
Okay,
This year he
now they
joined one of my
became
fantasy
friends.
football leagues. So he friends me on Facebook. After I friend him, he friends my wife. My wife takes a look at his profile and asks how long ago I was friends with benefits with his wife. It was 5 years ago. She shows me a recent post that says he and his wife have been married 8 years. Made it. It's my 40th birthday and I'm a virgin. Had you told me I would end
Wait.
that says he and his wife have been married 8 years. Benefits with his wife. It was 5 years ago.
Whoa. Whoa. So he was messing with the first girl 5 years ago.
She shows me a recent post that says he and his wife have been married 8 years.
Y'all boys be safe out here, man. Don't be a Travis Hunter. Like, comment, subscribe. Go enjoy more videos. It's your boy P.1. I'm gone.